Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 5 of Darwell20's Create Arcane Engineering Let's Play series. Today I did a little bit of terraforming around my base. Not too crazy, but some basics. Using my lovely destruction wand here, which once you get the hang of this thing, it's really quite nice. It's really good. So what I want to do today is get my kelp farm going, and I'm thinking I cleared out this big area. That's gonna probably be nice for like some larger contraptions. The kelp farm shouldn't be that big. I'm thinking I could probably even do it like as a 3x3 rather than much else. Because I mean, we don't need a huge kelp farm, right? Like we're just gonna start. It's gonna be automated, and we're probably gonna generate kelp far faster than we would otherwise use it. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's probably not even destruction wand this. I'm probably just gonna dig it down between my two tools here, and let's get started with all that stuff, right? So let's get a couple source blocks here of water, and then we should be good to go. And I'm just gonna build it over here-ish, kind of not too far away from where I was before. Yeah, like just this general area right here. Like I said, I'm thinking 3x3. Does that sound cool? And guess what? If we decide in the future we need to move it, that's a thing we can do. Now somebody has to refresh my memory on how the magic of water works in this pack, but I'm pretty sure if I create an infinite water source, at the top, and kelp grows from the bottom up to it, it'll turn them all into source blocks, right? Am I remembering that correctly? So let's do this. Let's do something like that. And then I'm gonna do you, and you. Boom, 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 boom. And then that's full water sources, right? And then I can clear all this out, and that'll be cool. Right? And now we've got the foundations of a kelp farm. And then I can just do this. Yeah, that should be fine. And then it should start growing. Good deal? Okay. Boy, there's a lot of particle effects with the water in this pack. Like a lot. Like a real lot. That's funny. Are you even like a source block or no? Why do I feel like you're not a source block? Am I not understanding water physics in Minecraft anymore, or are they different in this pack? Because these should all be sources now, right? Yes, those are all sources now. Perfect. All right. And look, it's already growing. Nice. Okay, cool. And then what I'm thinking we probably want to do is one layer below that is where we're going to want our harvesters, right? So I'll start with 2 layers of harvesters, but then we'll expand from there. So let's do this. Now, you know Dyer's not great at these things, so I'm going to do my best, but I really do sometimes stink at create contraptions. But that's the reason I want to play this pack, is so that I get better at doing create contraptions. It kind of like forces you to do it, and I think that's good because I need to be better at it. So we'll start with like here and here, right? And I should be able to put this. Does this have to actually be on something? It might need to actually be on something. So let's use some planks. Just, you know, simple, easy peasy. So what I'll do is I'll start with you here, right? And then you can go here and here. And we need glue, don't we? Yeah, I think we're going to need glue. Pretty sure we're going to need glue, if I'm not mistaken. Or I could use, what are those things that I said last episode? I don't know if I ever made them. Did I make them? I may not have made them. I was looking for magnets. I think I can get a flux magnet eventually. Chassis, right? Yeah, linear chassis, or yeah, that's definitely a way. Any log will do. with some andesite casings. Now that's radial chassis. I wanted linear chassis. That should be cool. And then I should still get glue, because I think that would be smart. So I need an iron sheet and an iron nugget and 2 slime balls. And I think I'm just going to put you in here. Iron sheet. Perfect. And then glue. Just if I need it. So I have to remember exactly how the whole chassis thing works. Let's see what we can figure out. Because I remember they kind of will auto glue to some things. So I'll break these two. And instead we'll put the chassis here and here. So now talk to me. If I want you to be like a distance of 1, right? And the same for you. And what happens if I now... And I'll tidy this up once it's done. Throw a sticky mechanical piston here. And then we give you some piston extension poles. Like, I'm thinking like 1, 2, 3, right? And then you're going to need some rotational force stuff. But let's do it manually right now with our hand crank, and then we'll build some kind of like water wheel or something to turn this in a second. That kind of worked. That kind of worked. Okay. That was cool. That was cool. Okie dokie. I like that. So that wasn't too bad. I guess one of my concerns might be... I'm going to put a chest here, right? Because we're going to want a chest. Catch that stuff. And we want to make sure that we place the chest in such a way that it doesn't, you know, become a problem. And again, the linear chassis, I think, automatically cause things to connect to each other. So we can shift right click. Oh, maybe not. Maybe you didn't connect. So if I put this in my offhand, now you should be connected, yes. And what I'm going to want to do is make sure there's something to break here. Okay, and then Kelp's in the chest. Nice. Okay, I'll take it. All right, so the next thing that I want to make then is a sequence gear shift, and luckily I have some of those from that building that I looted, because that's going to make this contraption a lot easier to build, right? Let's get some more water. I will probably want at least 1 bucket, but I'll get 2 just to be safe. Because why not? Hello, Enderman. Hello, other things. I really need to update my backpack because my backpack is a little bit on the full side. Soon. All the things I need to do. There's just so many. But yeah, let's get a sequenced gear shift here, right? I will probably want you like this, and like maybe like you like that. I don't think this needs to be like overly complicated, right? I think this can be extremely simple, really. We probably just want that, and then a water wheel. And if I just put this here, and that looks cool. And then this, like that, you should be good. Cool. And now I can specify what needs to do. So turn to move piston pulley gantry. Let's do 5 meters forwards. And then timed delay 10 ticks. 5 meters backwards. End. Does that seem about right? Realistically, it only needs to be 3 meters, right? But that'll be fine. Cool. And we should consider double speeding that, for sure. Alright, so you're going to be 3, you're going to be 3. I'm going to make you like a 5 tick at the end. And let's make you double speed and double speed. Okay. Now, the other thing I'd like to do is change what happens with this thing's movement. So if we look at, with the wrench, movement mode, always place when stopped, place only when anchor destroyed, place only in starting position. I think place only in starting position is how I want to go, because I don't want you turning into real blocks once you get out there, right? That's what's causing well, there's 2 problems. One, if I moved this up 1 level, I think that might be smarter of me. Or I could just, you know, if I did this, that would be fine too. Okay, if I do that, there should still be water there, because the growing kelp turned this water into solid blocks, right? Or source blocks. Okay. So now the kelp won't grow higher. And I'll probably put glass blocks on top of here. Okay, and then we do this. And now it won't turn into a block when it gets to the end, but it will turn back into a block when it gets back here. Cool? I think that works. And because now the kelp can't grow taller than this spot, we shouldn't have pieces of kelp flying off into the world. And that should be easy peasy. I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually. That's pretty cool. Now, out of curiosity, if I did this and put this here, would that be even cooler? Kind of looks cooler, right? A little bit. In theory, I could probably put you here. Would that count? Would that be neat? And then you still work? Looks good to me. Looks real good. I like it. I think that's pretty solid. So now I can just come over here whenever I want and get kelp. Now, is there any reason that I can't make that a drawer for kelp? And maybe even do a void upgrade on it? Aside from my lack of obsidian currently in my inventory, I don't see why not. So let's do that. Let's get a functional storage drawer. Right? We'll do this. And that should be cool. Okay. So we'll put one of these in here, and I'll save the others for later. And I got the configuration tool from one of the quests. So all we got to do is, you know, make this a locking chest. And then what'll happen is, you know, all I have to do now is set up like some kind of timer or something to automatically fire this thing. And I think that would be cool. Now the glue, is that still going to be there? I hope so. Yeah, see the little glue particles that popped up when I placed it? So I think we're good on that front. Okay, cool. So then I can lock you. And then do this. Whee! Do you count? Did you do your thing? It didn't look like it did it? Am I crazy, or did it not do what I wanted it to do? Let's try that one more time to be sure, but maybe it has to be a chest. Yeah, see, it's not recognizing that as a valid inventory. It may need to be a chest. That's a little bit of a bummer. Why do you have to be a chest? Why can't you work with a drawer? What if I unlock you just for fun? We're learning things today about Create that I didn't know. Nope. Does not want to pick up items. Okay. That's fine. Maybe it has to be a vanilla chest or whatever. Weird though, right? Like, why wouldn't that work? I would expect that to work. Yeah. Alright, now I just need to redstone signal it, and what I can probably do is some kind of transfer from A to B thing. Do we have any kind of pipe transferring things? Like, we can do, obviously, belts, but that just seems like a lot of... We'll see. I mean, I could hopper it. Right? I could hopper it. Yeah, why can't I hopper it? Hopper works. Hopper 100% works. Oh, we don't have that cool hopper recipe in this pack. I love that recipe. So what if I just did this? You ready? If we placed... that dude there. Okay, you've got some kelp in you. And then we place the hopper like that. That should work. Right, now you've got 18 kelp in you. And then you're going to go through, you're going to break, and then you'll hopper it out, and that'll work. That's easy peasy. I like that. Sweet, 19 kelp. Okay, works for me, right? Now how to redstone timer this thing in a way that's not awful, because dire. That is an exceptional question. I do not know. Let me think about that one for a sec. Alright, so here's what I think I can do for this. If I throw a brass ingot here, and then we get a redstone torch. I want to try a pulse repeater. Does that sound cool? Should be doable. Pulse repeater. Just needs stone. Did I... No, I just did bricks. Alright, I'm smelting some up. So pulse repeater. So if I did something like this. Okay. And then we did a button here. I'm going to need that to be a longer delay. Every 10 ticks. How's that sound? That's going to need to be longer than that. How about every 30 ticks? That's a second and a half. Close. I guess that's how long a button lasts. You'd think that after 10 years of playing Minecraft, I would know the delay of a... So that should be a timer now? Or am I crazy? Do I need two of them, you think? Possibly. Thinking a lever might be a little bit better to control this with. Huh. I would have thought that would have been sufficient. Maybe it can't trigger itself? Just curious, if I leave this on, will it pulse and keep pulsing? Because that would be cool. No, definitely not. So just for fun, what happens if I do 2 of these, right? Now we're cooking. Okay. So that's a timer, right? And then if I ever want to stop the timer, I do this. And then it's, you know, stopped. But then if I want to start it again, I just give it a pulse. Cool. Okay, that works. Sweet. Okay. So that's going to be my timer, right? We'll make it go every minute, let's say. I think that should be more than sufficient. Okay, so you're going to go here and here. Do you think that'll be cool or not cool? I guess we'll see. I might need it to be 1 block space further away. I know I didn't set the timery things yet. Yeah, no, this was a test to see if I needed them further away, which I do. So you're gonna need to be like that, so that you can be like this. Cool. Look, Dire never promised to be good at Redstone. Just not a thing that Dire's ever been good at. So now I do... Realistically, I want it to be like every minute, right? So if I do this, that's 30 seconds. Right? And we can see that thing like warming up. So after 30 seconds, he'll fire, trigger that one. And then 30 seconds after that, this one will fire, triggering that and starting the cycle over again. You ready? So that's coming up now in a second or two. We're almost up to 30. Let's go. There you go. Right? And then you're going to warm up. And then in 30 seconds or so, I'll come back. I didn't exactly set a stopwatch, but we're probably close. So then this thing should fire, and then he'll go, and then this thing will start again. Cool. And there's a relatively simple timer with create. And that is going to be our kelp farm. And then shortly, what I'll do is once I get more bits and bobs, I will make some more of these doohickeys so that I can expand it to be the full 3-block area. Because right now, obviously, we're only harvesting 2 of the 3 blocks. It's all good. We'll get there. Cool? You like? I hope so, because I think it's cool. Looks pretty good. A little derpy, but, you know, what would you expect? It's Dire. Do I have clear glass in this pack? We have clear glass from Tinkers. I don't see connected glass. There's chiseled, though. What are my glass options? Chipped. There's glass from Chipped with lots of patterns in it. Oh my goodness, the patterns. Create has some framed glass. That could be cool looking too. We could experiment. Just to make it look good, you know. Dire's trying to do the whole make things look nice a little bit sometimes. Especially when I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time harvesting sand and whatnot. So you said I could just do this, and that would be cool. So what's framed glass look like? Yeah, I like that. That's cool. And I'm assuming I won't get it back when I... Right, that's okay. That's okay. I need some, like, faster running... I think when I get into Tinkers, that's where that'll happen a little bit better. Cool. You can go into my backpack here. That's right, I need to handle the fact that I have that junk, right? So then we can see that down there. And then we should be able to cover this whole thing up. Now remember, I'm going to want to get access to this kelp, right? So what I should probably do is leave this open until such time that I have a little bit of a better way to transfer my kelp. Is there a hopper that like goes up or something in this pack? There is an omnidirectional hopper, but that looks like it's going to require some significant contraptioniness. So probably not just yet. Now, obviously, I could do things with create, like belts and whatnot, to make that a little bit easier. But for now, I'll just do this, and then I'll pop back out. Deal? I think that's reasonable. Okay? That's more than reasonable, I think. That looks pretty good. Or at least not awful. Okay. Works for me. All right, folks, I have decided to start working on making deployers, and I immediately decided, no thanks, I don't want to do this no more, because it's rough. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to now automate making... Hey, didn't I get the things? The whatchamacallit? Oh, I didn't. Okay. I guess I can put you guys away for a minute, because I'm not quite there with that yet. So what I want to automate now is making... the better makeshift mechanisms, because it is painful making these things by hand, like exceedingly painful. Okay, so for that we're going to need 3 andesite machines, because it's really painful to make it by hand. Like each one of these needs 8 mechanisms, right? And you have to strip the oak logs and then use a bunch of andesite alloys. Alternatively, I can just make a machine with some andesite alloys and a saw, and each mineral slab will make one of these. So, like, far easier if we set this automation up now, which is exactly what I'm about to do. So all I need to do is this, and then I can make this, and that'll make the 3 deployers that I need to make this happen, right? Now, what I'm thinking is down here is where I'm going to like to have this set up, right? So let's get, I started smelting some kelp, and I'd like to get this thing up and running right now, if I may. So you're going to turn into, am I wrong about how belts work in this pack? Isn't that usually how you make belts? Mechanical belts. Oh my goodness, you need cured rubber. What? Belts need cured rubber? But I did the whole kelp farm thing. Please don't tell me I just wasted a whole bunch of time making a kelp farm because I didn't check what the recipe for a belt was. Please don't tell me that's what just happened. Please? Because that's not cool. Friends. That is not cool. That is extremely uncool. I should have checked this. Well, I'm going to get yelled at a lot in the comments. Let's just put it that way. Oh well. Ooh, well. Hey, at least it's a light snack. So, that was cool. Well, anyway, I'm sure the kelp will come in handy somewhere, maybe at some point in the future. Let's see then. So for the deployer setup, then we're going to need cured rubber. So how do we get rubber again? We can get that with vines, which is obviously not the way we're going to want to do it. Or we can get resin, which I had on my to-do. So we can compact resin without heating. Okay, just simply resin. And resin we can get from the arboreal extractor. 25, 25, 25, 50 if we do spruce logs. Or fir logs. Do we have spruce by chance? I don't see any. That doesn't mean we don't have it. I'm going to go look for spruce logs real quick. Spruce logs. What are you guys? I think you're maple, right? So spruce is where I would like to be. Spruce or fir would be the better form. See, now I can eat all this stuff. That's cool. I am really bummed. You have no idea. Because I was all set and happy with my little kelp farm. You think that's spruce over there? What do we got here? Coniferous fir forest. Didn't it say fir logs? Yeah. We can get some fir logs, and that would be sufficient, I think. Alright, let's do that. Let's get some fir logs. So if I snag you for a minute and go down to our fir forest here. And we just plopped this dude down. No? Killing me, Smalls. Let's try that again. We'll try with a 1 width tree. There you go. Now we're cooking. As long as I got some saplings, I'll be happy, which I did. Cool. Okay. Let's pop home then. Sleep through this night. I feel like I'm sleeping a lot. I don't know if days just pass faster in this pack or not, but I feel like I'm sleeping a lot. Maybe it's just because I'm doing a lot of like thinking between cuts. I'm not like just, you know, rolling as fast as I usually do. I'm putting like thought and effort into what I'm doing. So there's a lot of downtime between cuts here. So we want the arboreal extractor, right? And we have to figure out like how that's gonna go. So arboreal extractor will be another one of these guys. And a bucket. That's it? That doesn't seem so bad. Okay. I will come back in a second after I get another one of these. Okay. So arboreal extractor. Done. Maybe I want some bone meal just to make sure that I'm growing this stuff pretty quickly. I just don't want to have to wait for the thing, you know? Nice. And trying to keep my inventory clean, so I'm going to throw this away for a sec. I think this goes in here. Maybe, nah, I think I had it in here. Okay, so we'll plant our first sapling. We'll throw the arboreal extractor on it, and we'll see what happens. Sounds like a plan. Working? Can't tell. Use fertilizer to increase production. I mean, it has like a thing going on here, so that's... Hey, yeah, look at that, resin. Sweet. Okay, cool. And then resin, we need 250 millibuckets to compact into rubber. Okay. It's doable. It's doable. So we need a compactor. And I'm sure we can put more arboreal extractors around this thing, and it'll be fine. These guys dropping leaf blocks everywhere is going to be, like, super annoying, super fast. I wonder if you care if there's leaves up there. I mean, the picture of the rubber maker thing, the resin thing, definitely shows leaves being up top. So I feel like you kind of need leaves up there. I think that's a little hint that you don't want to cut down all those leaves. But it is what it is. All right, so maybe some more resin extractors. But what I'd like to do then is we probably need a pump, right? Yeah, like a mechanical pump. And fluid pipes are not terrible. So we're going to want those. And we're going to want to pump out the resin into a compactor, right? And a basin. And then that'll make rubber for me, which I can then blast into cured rubber. Cool? That's the plan for next episode. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, even though it was a little bit unnecessary. But, oh well. My bad. It is what it is. So, yeah, we'll come back next time and try to get rubber going so that I can have conveyor belts, and that would make life a lot better for me. All right, for now, take it easy.